Alright, so here we are in the next module of the attribute chapter, the alt text, the alt attribute. Okay, the alternate text or the alt attribute. Okay, alternate attribute is all about accessibility in your website. Okay, where it's all about accessibility. Now, what is accessibility? Accessibility means that your website is accessible by impaired people, impaired individuals. Okay, individuals who are visually impaired, hearing impaired, they have mobility issues, and all sorts of learning disabilities. So alternate text is very important to have, so that there are actually, if you are visually impaired or you are hearing impaired or any other impairments that you have, there are other software that help you read and decipher the website for you. Okay, so for example, if you have a web page with a picture on it. Okay, let me open this. We were working on this in the last module, and you must have noticed this image here. Okay, the problem with this image is that if it is not loading properly, the first thing, the text would appear here, and the text would be a descriptive text. Okay, to let your users know that this is what they're about to experience. Now, when somebody is visually impaired or hearing impaired, they cannot see the text at all. Okay, especially if visually impaired, they cannot see the text at all. So the screen readers, there is screen reader, there's software available for them. They would read out the description of the text. So just to be very, very polite and to make this website accessible to all kinds of audiences, we need to have a description of the text here. For example, my students, we use image source is equal to, this was the image here. Okay, and we're talking about this image here. The name of the image was image, event managers image.png, and the alternate text is right here, alt. An alt tag usually goes in the image tag. Okay, there are other elements in which the alt tag can go. These include, but not limited to, alt attributes will go in many places. Okay, these include images. You could have graphical representations. You could have symbols. Okay, image maps or regions. Okay, these are the areas where you should use, as a good programmer, should use an accessible feature which has been provided to you, the alternate text. Okay, and it's not very difficult to do at all. It's just a line of code that you need to add, and it's nothing more. Applets, programmable objects, programmatic objects, ASCII art, spacers, buttons, sounds including audio narrations. Okay, for people who cannot see or people who cannot hear. Okay, especially for people who cannot hear, the audio is useless for them. Okay, so how would they should be able to read what you're about to narrate. This is similar to adding closed captioning in your lecture. So if you see an alternate text going on, it makes it accessible to all kinds of individuals out there. So that's what the purpose of the alt tag is. And the syntax is very simple, and the syntax looks like this. It's image, for example, we just did that in the last module. Image source is equal to whatever the image was. It could be any image, my underscore image dot png or jpg, whatever works for your browser. I mean, jpg should work. And then alt is equal to, it comes in inverted commas open, this image explains. You can write as much as you want, believe me, there is no limit to it. So this image explains the working of software. The labeled parts explain the functionality and the right way to use the software. And what I'm trying to do is you can be as detailed and as short as you want, okay, just to get your users to be able to make sense out of your website, okay. And the tag close. So okay, here in our code we did something like this. In future you will notice the alt tag everywhere in the images, or any special audio, video, anything that we are about to embed, any multimedia we are about to embed in the website. I will make sure I have the alt attribute, okay, and adding the alt attribute makes my website accessible, okay. The text should describe the image if the image contains information. For example, if the image is, for example, this image, my image was supposed to be a diagram of the software with labeled parts, so the text should describe everything, okay. So for the people who cannot see, they can hear and understand and visualize it. The text should explain where the link goes if the image is inside and a tag. So remember we did the anchor tag. So if we do anchor tag href, okay, and we write the website address www.edupedia.world.com, and where commas close, you could add your alt attribute, alt, inverted commas, training website for employees. Because in our green event managers we are supposed to have an area for training, if you remember. So this is what we're going to add there, training website for employees. That's it. And you can close this tag and then right here Edupedia World, and then close the tag. It's as simple as that. Alt attribute can also belong to a link, okay. And if you think that your image is just for decorative purposes, it has no meaning or value, just write alt equals to double commas, open and close. What this does is the screen readers, they would take a look at this inverted commas and they would make out that nothing meaningful is displayed here. So the impaired individual will not miss anything, okay. And if the image cannot be displayed, for example, you have a slow internet connection or an error in the source attribute, for example, sometimes it says, you cannot, there are websites, sometimes you must have experienced it, that you can load the entire page but some images do not display properly because there is a missing file or the file have been changed somehow. So the code did not follow the file location changes. So there's an empty blank rectangle or a square in where the image was supposed to be. So this is where the alt text comes to rescue. Your alternate text would describe what the image is and what the reader was unfortunately missing. And you can also provide the reason why people are not able to view the image. Sometimes the image is not age sensitive. You could add that PG-13 or something like that, and that would let the reader know that they missed this image because it was this and this, depending on the settings on the computer, okay. So alternate text is behind the scene, making sure that your website is of quality and accessible, and as well as protects users from harmful images if they are underage, okay. So this was all about the alt text, and I would like to cover the upper or lowercase section as well. Remember, we were supposed to cover lowercase or uppercase and single or double quotes. Let me cover these two as well. So we have uppercase or lowercase. The question is, if you're writing code, should you be writing uppercase or should you be using lowercase when you're writing code? For example, here all I have here is in small case. I can type everything in caps and the browser will still read it. But will I do it? No. Why? Because many programming languages like XML and scripting languages of the web are normally in uppercase. Okay, so in order to differentiate, lowercase HTML helps programmers differentiate between code. If you have a website that's full of that's created with many different programming languages, your HTML language would stand out along with the syntax and along with the lowercase. Other people who work on your program will be able to make out easily. So this is a good programming convention. Okay, and lowercase also keeps your code compliant with other programming languages like XHTML, which is XML, the same thing. XML or XHTML is the same thing, but that is another topic. We're going to deal with that in the next module, upcoming chapters. Okay, the next topic was the single or double quotes, which one to use. For example, we're using double quotes everywhere. You can see wherever we add a value, we always use double quotes everywhere. Excellent example of demonstrating double quotes in our HTML programming language. Well, you can use single and it wouldn't make any difference, but the thing is, double quotes help you add another set of quotations inside your text. For example, you have a paragraph, okay, and the title is Jerry. Okay, you're going to write about Jerry, who is also known as Bigfoot. Okay, and his last name is Smith. This is single quote. Inside you have double quote. Or vice versa, you could write the same thing with opposite quotes like this. Just change this to double quotes and this to single quote. This is much better. Both of them work, but this is much better. Okay, so it is sometimes it's very important to use double quotes because just to signify, you're not going to say Bigfoot like that. It sounds like someone is saying Bigfoot here. But if you put Bigfoot in single quotes, it sounds like that it is an alternate name for this guy. Obviously you can write in brackets as well, but this is the name. We're trying to make this stand out. Okay, this is what he's known as. Not he's also known as, but he is known as this most of the time. So single or double quotes, both would work, but this is better. Whenever you're using quotations, remember, use double quotes outside the value. Within the value you can add single quotes. Okay, so with this I conclude this module, and up next I'm going to talk about class, style and title. Okay, stay tuned.